Welcome to Hot Takes, where we talk about debatable topics. Today's debatable topic is going to be pulled by James.
All right, let's see what we got here, fellas. So budget airlines like Spirit and Frontier, they are not that bad.
They are that bad.
Yeah, they are bad. Horrible.
You guys always have the worst opinions. I don't think they're that bad. Johnny, what do you think?
Listen, you get what you pay for, but at the end of the day, they get you from point A to point B. I'll ride in the Frontier and Spirit airline.
Debatable. Do they always get you from point A to point B?
I don't know.
No, they don't. Because they have the reason
Any
why
airline is suffers that problem.
The airline
Southwest.
the airline industry is trash in general. Absolutely.
Look up the
destroyed.
statistic. Look up the statistic. Or someone look this
I'll look
up.
it up now.
Who had the most canceled flights?
Probably Spirit.
Probably
or Frontier.
Spirit or Frontier.
Yeah, exactly.
You
So-
get what you pay for.
Yes.
All right, I'll wait for the statistic.
Let's wait for the stat.
And it's a cheaper ticket, yes, but after you pay for your baggage, you pay for this, all those hidden fees,
Yeah.
right? The price really isn't that big of a difference. The seats are more uncomfortable. Not saying that an airline seat is comfortable to begin with. And you know what? For my own personal thoughts, I feel safer.
Yeah.
You feel safer?
Yeah.
Why you think they have like an older
I
older
think
plane?
the cheap piece of shit plane that I'm traveling on for Spirit or Frontier is going to crash.
It's just the seat that's different.
You know
the
what?
plane is not made.
They're
any
definitely
different.
cutting costs.
Yes.
If it's made by Boeing, it's made by Boeing. They're
Okay.
cutting costs through the luxuries. So a low-cost carrier is an airline that does not offer traditional services that are normally included as a part of the fare.
I
This
like
means
tradition.
let me finish here, sir.
sorry.
Thank you. This means that the lower fares comes at the expense of comforts, which is kind of what you were alluding to. So you're talking about like bag is not included, food or drink may not be offered. So that's the difference between the low cost versus the premium carriers.
So the question really is, do you really want to feel like shit as you travel across destination to destination and literally be like undermining your value because of the fact that they're cutting costs? Yeah, not traditional. Oh, we're gonna let you sit on a pedestal. I'm like, look, but give you a stool to sit on while you fly on this airline.
Permission to speak and answer that
Shitty.
question.
Yeah.
You're supposed to say granted, Johnny. It's
Sorry.
fine.
I'm looking up the stat, man.
I'm above it. I'll just say that. I'm above traveling on Spirit or
Yeah,
Frontier.
you two are just bougie ass fucking spenders.
It's not
in general.
bougie to fly Southwest or fly American.
I
just
mean,
Hold
above-
on.
first of all, Southwest, you're saying is bougie?
Don't you
No.
like
He's calling me bougie, and I'm saying I'm not bougie
I'm
because I
just
fly
saying
on
you guys
Southwest.
like spending money. I'm a cheaper person.
isn't James's favorite flight Southwest?
Yes,
traditionally?
That's why I have a Southwest card. I'm not. Look, here's the thing. The argument is that it's not that bad. The reason why is because I would tend to like the budget carrier when I'm going a shorter distance. So the seat comfort definitely comes at a play. If I'm going to California, I would prefer to do like a Delta, a Southwest, a United, whatever. I would like to have the nicer seat, maybe a little bit more legroom. Wi-Fi being included or not included. Like there's a couple of things that you just get. Bags are the biggest thing though, as the reason why I would choose that for a longer flight, because usually, that expense, although for like a short flight for a short weekend, that's where I think the budget flight is pertinent. And that's where it's not that bad. Like you can get to New York in 2 hours from Florida. You don't really need a check bag or a carry-on for a quick 36-hour trip. 36-hour trip. So we're talking about like a Friday, Saturday, maybe come back Sunday morning. I don't know, whatever. Where I don't need that many clothes. I would prefer to just, it's just 2 hours of my time.
If you're okay with a worse experience, a higher likelihood of cancellation or delayed flight for
We have not confirmed that.
for an issue that you have no idea why.
American does it all the time. Ryan, do you love American?
Yeah, American.
I'm not a fan of American.
Let me finish.
I also said that the airline industry in general is shit.
I know. I'm trying to take your partner's point and prove it wrong.
Well, I'm
'cause
not
it's a
going to.
debate.
I'm not going to let you do that. Speak over
If you
you
are open to a higher likelihood of not getting to your destination
Still not proven.
and debatably not even paying a cheaper rate, because typically the hidden fees get you when you actually commit to the full flight, then fine, I guess.
You're talking about adding a bag or paying for your seat.
How many people are flying with no bags?
Yeah, what are you going to wear the
I've
same
done it a
clothes in
couple
your
of
bag?
times. Yeah, I backpack. I can backpack it.
They
Okay.
still charge you
How
for a
many-
personal item.
No, they don't.
They charge you For carry-on.
No, for a carry-on. You just said personal item.
Whatever, same
Duh.
thing. They charge you.
3 types of bags: a personal item that goes underneath the chair, a carry-on that goes up in the above compartment, and then a check bag.
Okay, another statistic to look at: how many people are just carrying a personal item on a flight? Probably minimal, and probably a smaller percentage of people.
What the other side of the argument too is if you want to get your bag, just get it earlier. If you get it at the airport when you're checking in, you go to the actual like desk, it's going to cost more. And then the flight no longer becomes budget.
Yes. So basically, if you want to do anything that you should be able to do on an average flight, you can't do on these flights unless you want to get.
Look,
Beat
you're
up.
signing
What was
up
the
for
question
it.
again? What was the official wording
Is it
of the
that bad?
question?
It's not
it is
that bad.
So they couldn't ask, are these airlines good? They had to say, oh, it's not that bad. Like they could.
It's literally called a low-cost carrier.
It is called a shit
Look,
carrier.
I think
So if
Johnny,
I drive
think
my-
Johnny has our statistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch, but the actual it's pretty interesting. As like they split it up into delays and then overall cancellations.
Okay.
So just for delays, as far as last year, Delta was at 14%, Southwest was at 17%, United Airlines was at 18%, JetBlue was at 18%, and American was at 22%. So those are the big airlines. As far as just canceled flights,
This isn't-
definitely, obviously, you know what's funny? American Airlines led in 2022.
Yeah, but this doesn't help our case. We haven't heard anything about Spirit.
I know. I'm trying to get to it. Hold on. Spirit Airlines is at 0.9, and Frontier's at 0.9%.
0.9%.
What was
of
American?
Delayed.
This is canceled flights.
They're all under like 4% in general.
No, look at the big ones. American Airlines and Delta are the highest,
Uncanceled?
and United Airlines.
Now, Kenny,
And
you're a
delayed.
data guy, right? Let's think this through, though. Does Southwest or does Spirit and Frontier have as many flights as Delta and all them? So that could be skewing. I'm not.
For sure.
We could.
You know, I'm not
For sure.
saying you don't have something here.
Well, I don't think.
But I'm telling you right now, based off the statistic, you're wrong.
I don't think Spirit or Frontier
You're wrong.
flies
You're wrong. You're wrong. You're
international.
wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. No, it's there.
Let me ask you something.
Please do.
If I borrow your vehicle
Yep.
and I get into a car accident with it,
Yep.
and I call you and I say, "Hey James,
Here comes the extreme.
hey James, it's not that bad, my guy. It's okay. You just won't be able to drive it today, or maybe for another week, and you're not going to be able to get to your destination because
You're still. This is
it's
not
not that
factual.
bad. It'll get fixed. It's not that bad."
James, would you
that
rather
bad.
take the public bus to work or drive your nice Tacoma all souped up?
Now, look.
Which one would you like to prefer to do? Which one?
Reason for
It's a
that
yes or no
stuff.
question.
No,
Which
if
one?
I don't have a lot of money and I'm trying to cut back, I would not have a problem taking the public bus. That if it was something I had to consider.
No, but you walk out into your you walk out of your house. It's time to go to work.
You're just asking the same question again. Go
Yes,
ahead, continue.
And you take the Tacoma because you like comfort. You
Because
like
I
premium.
own a fucking vehicle.
Those
Because
two
I had the means-
airlines
No, but
are
I
pieces
crashed it.
of
It's
shit.
not that bad. So.
Listen, your point is crap because
It's not crap, 'cause you're
have
gonna freak
taken-
out.
No, I've taken so
Let's
many
try it.
Spirit and Frontier flights. So have you because of Jersey and going out of that one small airport.
I haven't taken a Spirit flight in I can't even tell you how
will
long.
And it's
not
because
take
you
a
have more
Spirit
money. You have
flight.
the means to do it, so you don't have to blink. That's what the argument is. It's not. They're not that bad. They get the job done.
As soon as someone doesn't have,
I would like you not to
The
speak over Johnny.
financial
Johnny has
restriction.
something to say.
as soon as someone has,
Johnny needs to talk.
Why? Because your point isn't holding up and
Johnny
you need
did
help.
research.
Well, you
So-
made him look at
no.
the statistic. He's probably got some
Help him,
valid-
Johnny.
So
Help him.
we got a little bit better of some clarity here, all right?
Perfect.
However, let me just say this. This is coming from someone 2 weeks ago for the first time in probably 5 years tried to fly on a Spirit airline. It was the only airline that was going to this airport.
That's another thing.
Either for business or personal pleasure, I'm either going with Southwest, Delta, American, JetBlue, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Usually typically shy away from Frontier, Allegiant, Spirit. However, just looking at the data now, Southwest also in 2022 went through that massive
Shit show.
craziness.
Yeah.
But JetBlue, Allegiant Air, and Southwest are the top 3 with the most flights canceled. Spirit Airlines and Frontier are close 4th and 5th. But however, you've got 2 major airlines in there. that are
Don't
leading.
Don't you remember someone was trying to buy out one of those two airlines? Was it Frontier?
I thought
or was it
JetBlue
Spirit?
was trying to
Spirit
merge
and
with
Frontier were trying to merge, and
Yeah,
JetBlue,
JetBlue.
came in and bought and went to buy Frontier,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Spirit was left by themselves.
Because they have value.
I want to go back to Johnny on he prefers to, what were the airlines he preferred to travel?
I mean, I usually either whether it be work or just personal, it's either
Right.
Delta, Southwest, JetBlue,
right, because
American.
Frontier and Spirit, it's scraping at the bottom. Like it is
They're
bottom feeder
low
airlines.
cost
Yeah.
carriers. Yeah, we know that.
Yeah,
But they're not bad.
they're not that great.
not bad.
They're not good.
I mean, listen, if I'm going somewhere for a night or two, like, and I don't need to get the extra fees of the bag and all these hidden
Yeah.
fees, yeah, I get that. But we're all aware, we're all self-conscious. But you can't beat a $60 flight.
Yeah,
yes,
that's what I'm saying.
I get like,
You can get $60
Yes, you
flights with
can.
top airlines.
Going 2 miles.
let me say,
Oh, that was real funny.
Because you're
Let
not
me
going
say-
that far.
No, that's not the case. Yeah, I mean, like what you're trying to say is you're basically basing your entire premises on this is it's more financially capable to fly.
No, I'm
these
saying the
airlines.
experience isn't that bad.
No, you're saying if you have if financials are everything to you, then
No.
your circumstances
No,
are
I was
financial.
making the point because Ryan brought up a fucking
Has he
public
not
bus.
said that anything that everything that he's said so far is based off of financial premises?
I would
correct.
love Ty to get a counter on how many times I said that bad, please, because that's really what my point was this entire time.
That bad, meaning what? Other than finances.
The experience isn't that bad. Like the seats aren't that uncomfortable. The
the
deal-
seats are uncomfortable.
that uncomfortable.
They are. You can't listen. They pack more people into those planes than you.
Can they even
don't-
recline?
they
They can't
can't
even
do that.
recline. You can't even recline the seats, I don't think.
No.
No, they're like bucket seats.
yeah, the
Oh, yeah,
tray
no doubt.
table's smaller than this. Yeah,
it's,
but
it's
again,
literally like a iPad mini. It's
Yes.
it's kind of
it's
funny.
literally the size of the hand. Here you go.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. At the end of the day, yes, it's got some area of opportunity. But like again,
That
if
they
it's getting
can't
you from
afford
point-
to improve on.
It's not about paying for. I think they can afford it. Just listen. If it's getting you from point A to point B, point B
Yeah.
to A, whatever, and you're going for a day too, like,
Look.
dude, if it takes an hour to get to an airport, like it takes you an hour.
Why
Is-
do you prefer to fly Southwest?
I don't know. It's just we've had. I kind of went with Ryan. We were trying to weigh the cost of getting a travel card, and Southwest is a pretty good, reliable airline that they have a lot of different flights that come out of MCO, which is where we live out of Orlando.
you get a Spirit or Frontier card, buddy?
Because I was
Because it's not a reliable.
No,
It's
airline.
not that bad.
no, they're destinations. So here's the funny thing. Actually, Southwest has been in the news a lot for being a bad airline. Like people don't like it, and it's predominantly because of the
They've had a
pick
shit
your seat.
last year. Southwest.
Well, no, their last year they had a whole problem.
Yeah,
That was like their systems and infrastructure and everything. Like that's fine. I get it. Like not every company is going to be freaking perfect all the time. Like they strive for perfection as much as they can, but they're going to fail at some points. But to my point, like Southwest has always been shunned in the media. Now, yes, Spirit has taken that over, and it's just because you can always harp on the little guy it's not expensive and like all this stuff. That's the whole point. Like they went for a niche market and they work, and it's not a problem. It gets you for where you need to go for traveling.
Not me.
It can come at a smaller cost. The comfort isn't that bad, and it gets you to where you need to be. Period.
So your three things are getting from point A to point B,
Yeah.
finances, and reliability.
Yes.
Those are your three
Yeah,
factors.
we just
Those are
proved
his
that Spirit's
pillars.
not on the bad
those are
reliability.
those are your
part.
three factors. So I find it hard to believe.
I also said the comforts aren't that bad.
okay, so
Coming from the person who
Experience.
sleeps
Like the
on an air
experience, yeah,
mattress in a
correct.
kitchen, your comfort level is different than the average Joe.
if you like the lesser than average experience,
Fact. It's a low cost carrier. So go ahead.
Okay, you like below average.
the lesser than average deliverability on results,
I feel like you guys are harping on the fact that you think I like Spirit.
You do. You do. By siding on
don't
this side
like
of the
it.
coin, then you're on our side.
No, it's not what he's
No,
saying.
I have a preference. That's why I have a Southwest card. I'm saying that people say that it's a bad experience. It's not a bad experience.
I beg to differ.
This date is all over the place.
Kenny and I
Well,
are
whatever.
above Spirit and Frontier.
Yeah,
Ty-
that's great.
You guys just want the comforts. That's
We
fine.
do.
A lot of people do pay for comfort.
No, honestly, I don't even care about the seat. I just don't want to get screwed because if I'm planning something, I want to make sure that I get from point A to point B. And based off of my experiences, I have had more missed opportunities and more problems with airlines like Spirit and Frontier.
Do you have a single airport that you're going to because of that?
No,
made
I've been
you-
to so many different places. No, I mean specifically Atlantic City only flies Spirit, and Trenton only flies Frontier, and both of those airports are fine, but they both only fly those airlines. And
So when you were in
won't fly.
college, did that bother you? Did you have a problem when you took the Frontier to get home? Because I remember vividly you telling me, "No, take Frontier. It's like $50. It doesn't really bother. It's great for me in college. It gets me there, and it's not that bad of a flight, and I never really had an issue with them." I remember you vividly telling me that.
When Frontier was a startup airline, they didn't have the baggage issues where they didn't charge for bags at all for like the first 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
Their rates were excessively low all the time, consistently. They didn't have delay issues or they didn't have cancellation issues. They were a different airline when they were coming on the come up. So it just wasn't the same airline. The experience literally was not the same.
Now let me ask you this, and this is for everyone, not just Kenny, because I know Kenny's talking a lot here because he's very passionate about his other airlines and the reliability. We've all experienced problems with the other airlines.
We have.
Every single airline has the same issue. You never know because it's not up to the airline. Most of the time, it's because of weather or something going on
Not
where
with- not with
their
these
timing's
guys.
off. Yes.
No, with these guys,
100%.
it's like a wheel fell off or some shit.
Air,
Like, it's like-
air traffic control. The whole thing is a shit show with the airline industry. At the end of the day, you get what you pay for, and we prefer.
So you'll take another American flight,
No, I boycott American.
and that's because you had
An American is above.
bad experiences.
Correct. So if I'm not flying American, there's no way in fucking hell I'm flying Spirit or Frontier.
Well, you think it's that much worse is the problem.
Yes.
And I think it's just a misconception because it's not that bad.
We would love to hear feedback via comments on your Spirit or Frontier experience, and I bet you
Hey,
there are some
Ty.
stories out there.
Where are you going with this?
Right. I never fly. First off, I feel like every time I do fly, I just go Southwest. But that's because I don't fly very far. I feel like if I'm flying somewhere like close, like in the U.S., I'll take the cheapest flight that I can. If it's like an international flight, if you're gonna be on the plane for like 8
Distance.
plus or even like 4+ hours, I'll just save the money. I'll just spend a little more and save up. And
Hey, Ty, you
that feels like a
mentioned-
cop out. That's like both ways. I have to pick one, don't I?
You do.
Yeah. You mentioned you fly Southwest. Aren't you from Arizona?
Yeah.
Isn't Southwest a major hub?
Yep.
It's a little biased there. That's probably why you take Southwest a lot.
Yeah, it comes out of necessity.
But I don't think
Destination
I also don't think that Spirit and Frontier offer international flights. They might.
They're not
but-
capable.
No, well,
I don't
that's
think
yeah.
They're not
I don't- I don't-
capable of
I
it.
don't know
Not
if-
capable.
it could be just a domestic airline. That's what they want to do.
like
But I don't
Alaska
know.
and
Is
stuff.
that the truth?
I think-
Alaska.
you might be right, actually.
Alaskan Airlines is one of the best, actually.
I love Alaska.
I've never flown.
Is
there.
it, are they owned by someone?
I'm not
Is it
sure, but
United?
they're just as small and just as tight as.
Let's get back to Ty. So
I've
you
only-
going?
I've only flown Spirit once. I would have thought that like JetBlue or something would be in like the crappy category. I'm more
JetBlue used
weary
to be,
of JetBlue
the
than-
best of the best.
They
and
did.
cream of the
Back
crop.
in the
And
day,
people,
yeah.
like when they put the TV screens in the seats, everyone was like, "Oh my God, JetBlue's great."
Yeah, I
Yeah.
flew JetBlue recently.
if it's 2 or 3 hours, I'll say it's not that bad. I'll suck it
Thank you. It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
It's fucking horrible.
There's a lot of data that's all over the
I
place.
feel like
on
the
this.
airline data might be a little tough to
Between
sift through.
everything, 22 is not fair just because it was a tough year. Obviously, pandemic is a tough
Yeah,
year.
that's gonna be tough.
2023, it's not looking too promising right now for a couple airlines. But
But it's that bad. See you guys later.
See ya.